Tonight is the night, bright lights, high crowd, yeah we came to throw down, everybody get loud. Tonight is the night, A-list can't miss, when we burn it to the ground, everybody get down. Tonight is the night, we stay climbing while our fame kept rising, steady climbing, now we on top.
Hello, one and all, and welcome to my review of Monday Night Raw, the October 5th edition of WWE RAW. And these are going to be my thoughts and opinions on what took place last night. Now, overall, was this a great episode of Raw? No. But I did think it was better than the last couple weeks of what we've been getting. So, it was a marginal improvement. It wasn't anything spectacular. And really, it was just average at that. So, let's get into the review. So, we kick off Raw with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman making their way to the ring. And this took place in Boston, Massachusetts at the TD Garden. So they got a thunderous response. Suplex City chants. It was great seeing them together back on Raw. And Heyman pretty much talked up how on October 25th, only one man's going to walk out of that Hell in a Cell match. And that one man is going to be the one in 22-1, Brock Lesnar. And this is going to be the final showdown between Lesnar and Taker. And it was a pretty good promo. It got me pumped for their Hell in a Cell match, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then the Big Show came out, and I'm like, really? And then shows like, oh, you're not going to be able to beat Brock. Lesnar, you're not going to be able to beat The Undertaker. And then Brock leaves. And then Show says something else stupid on the mic. And I'm just like, oh, for the love of God, just get rid of this guy already. And Brock gets back in the ring. And then he stares down Big Show. Then he hits him with a suplex. And then he picks up Show and F5s him. So that was fun to see. Kind of don't care about Big Show. I don't know why they would have him come out 2 nights after Lesnar kicked his ass at the live event. But it was what it was, so it wasn't too bad. But definitely the part where Heyman was talking about The Undertaker was good. And then the stuff with Show was just alright. So that's how we started Raw off. Then we had a 6-man tag team match. We had Dean Ambrose teaming up with Roman Reigns, Randy Orton to take on the Wyatt family. You know, we're kind of seeing, I think, too many 6-man tag team matches, and they're kind of just getting blech. You see them week after week after week. But for what this was a fun match. Everybody seemed like they were really, crowd was into it. Everybody was hitting their spots. And eventually, you know, Ambrose was in the match early on, and he took a serious beating from the Wyatts, and excuse me, then he was able to make the tag to Randy Orton, and the crowd just started going nuts, and then the match just started going all over the place with guys getting freaking Ambrose taking Strowman into the stands. Then you had Orton hit Luke Harper with the RKO, and then Reigns was able to get the tag and hit his spear for the win. And then afterwards, well, before this, Bray, eventually was on the outside, and he was watching the chaos that was occurring inside the ring. And Reigns got on the mic and pretty much said, I'm gonna get ready for Hell in a Cell because this is gonna be it. I'm gonna be the one that'll walk out the winner. So it was a fun match. Good way to kick off, the in-ring portion for Raw. And I'm really looking forward to Reigns and Wyatt inside the cell. I think these guys could have a fantastic Hell in a Cell match. And I'm glad that they're doing this type of match at the next pay-per-view. So that should be fun to watch. Then we had Neville taking on Sheamus. Barrett was out here on commentary, and it really wasn't much of a match. Neville was distracted by Barrett, and Sheamus won with the bro kick. There wasn't much said here. I'm not sure what the hell they're doing with Sheamus, and I guess we're doing a Neville and Barrett rivalry again. I just feel like there's so much more potential for all of these guys. Sheamus, they're not doing anything with him. Barrett needs to go back to Bad News Barrett. And Neville, I mean, have him go after the IC or the US title. Can we do something like that? I just feel like he's been directionless for a long while now, and that really upsets me because Neville is one of the best wrestlers that they have on the roster. So we'll see where this goes. I wasn't really much a fan of it. Then we had this promo with Kane in the ring, and it was announced earlier that Seth Rollins and the Big Show would be taking on the Dudley Boys. Excuse me. And we also found out that it will be Kane taking on Seth Rollins for the WWE title at Hell in a Cell. I don't care about this rivalry. I just can't get into it. Kane should not be at this level. This should be, I said this on Twitter, somebody like a Cesaro, a Dean Ambrose, a Daniel Bryan if he's healthy, a Kevin Owens, hell, a Neville, a Dolph Ziggler, Rusev, I don't know, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns. Can we just freshen up the world title scene and stop relying on these, guys that are clearly past their prime? No disrespect to Kane, but it is time to hang it up. And then Rollins came out, and Stephanie, made her way to the ring, and I wasn't really paying too much attention to this segment because it just didn't really have me. But Stephanie announced that you'll be taking on Kane at Hell in a Cell, and that you would also be teaming up with Kane because Big Show was taken out by Lesnar, and Kane will be your partner against the Dudley Boys. And Rollins was pissed off. And another announcement made by Stephanie, can't forget this, that if Kane loses, then Corporate Kane will be out of a job as a result of losing at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So, yeah, this was what it was. It was nothing special, so we're just going to move on from it. Then we had Natalya take on Paige. For the time given, I wish it went a little bit longer, but these two put on a pretty enjoyable match. I like the amount of submissions that was used in this match, and it's good to see two of the best workers in the company get more time than I thought they would to shine. And Natalya was able to lock in the sharpshooter once, but Paige was able to get to the ropes, and break the hold. However, the second time it was successful, and Natalya was able to pick up the win over Paige. So like I said, good bout between two of the best female workers in the company, and I'll be interested to see where this goes from here. Then we had Kevin Owens take on Sin Cara. Match was really nothing special. Owens was pretty much able to get the win with the pop-up powerbomb. That's all you pretty much need to know. And then following that, Ryback came out, and he stared down Owens and then tried to get to him, but Owens would run away. I don't like this because Owens didn't do this much, if at all, on NXT. He was really just a badass heel that would just destroy everything and anything in his path, and I feel like it's a mistake that they're having him run away like a coward, because this is not who his character should be. I am happy that they're continuing the feud between him and Ryback. I just haven't been happy with what they've been doing with it. So this was okay for what it was. It was nothing really that great or something that stood out to me. After that, we had a boring match, a very boring match. We have the Dudley Boys take on Seth Rollins and Corporate Kane. I can't really tell you much that happened in this match because I was just bored out of my mind. It was a match, and Seth Rollins and Corporate Kane won by DQ. I can't really remember much from this match at all. It was just so boring and just monotonous. I was like, oh god, why are we doing this? And after the match, um, the Dudley Boys looked like they were going to get the tables, but Rollins grabbed the table and hit the Dudley Boys with it and led to the DQ. Then afterwards, the Demon Kane came out and looked like one of them was going to go through the table that was set up, and Rollins was choke slammed through the table, and Kane did the thing with the fire to close out. So it was nothing special. We're just going to move on from it. Then we had Team Bad take on Team Bella. I'm getting tired. I've been I'm long tired of these Six Divas tag team matches. They just go on over and over and over again, and I wish they would just break these teams up, allow these women to be single stars and to shine on their own as individuals. But the one nice thing here was seeing Sasha Banks cut that nice promo in the beginning, and then she pretty much ran down Nikki and called her and the rest of the Team Bella a bunch of pretty much sluts. And it was great seeing Sasha, own Nikki on the microphone, because she is the boss and she is awesome. So it was great seeing Sasha get mic time. And, the best part of this match was seeing how Sasha shined at the end. And Sasha was able to catch Alicia Fox and lock in the bank statement for the win. So heading into her epic rematch against Bayley this Wednesday on NXT TakeOver Respect. Can't wait for that. It's going to be awesome. It was great to see that Sasha Banks is still undefeated on Raw. So that's another nice thing about this. So it wasn't the best Six Divas tag match. We've seen it way too many times. But the promo from Sasha going back and forth with Nikki and seeing Sasha get the win were the highlights for me. And, you knew it was coming. Summer Rae proposes to Rusev. That pretty much says it all. When I was watching this, I was like, what the hell is this shit? This was just awkward. Starts off, they play this sappy love package between her and showing her and Rusev and all the time they've spent together. And Summer... Excuse me. Then Summer gets down on one knee and she proposes to Rusev. But Rusev says, hold on, one condition. I must have WWE gold around my waist before I will propose to you. And that was pretty much it. This program has just went off the rails. I don't even know what the hell they're doing anymore, but this was just weird. I don't know where they're going with it. Once Lana got hurt, I really felt like they should have just dropped it. And, you can have them together, but just have Rusev be a dominant, ass kicker again. But apparently they think otherwise, so they thought up this segment. And was this just torture to watch? So just another bleh segment. Kind of how this whole Raw was blah. Then we had our United States Open Challenge with John Cena calling out somebody from the back. It originally looked like it was going to be Dolph Ziggler. His music hit. However, the New Day came out. They dragged Ziggler out and they attacked him. And they came down to the ring and they were like, instead of Ziggler, it's going to be, a big problem. And it was Big E who stepped up to take on John Cena. And it was nice. It was refreshing. It was something different. We haven't seen these two lock up in a long time. And the match they had for what it was all right. Big E was not able to get the win as Cena was able to retain due to the interference from, Xavier Woods and Kofi. And after the match, the New Day started to attack Cena. He couldn't even, get up to, hold up the title after beating Big E. Then Dolph Ziggler came down to the ring and tried to make the save. Then the Dudley Boys, likewise, Ziggler was getting his ass kicked by the New Day, and so was Cena. So the Dudley Boys came out, but they also got their asses kicked. And then it looked like Cena was setting up, one of the members of the New Day to get kicked, but instead of kicking one of the New Day members, Ziggler was able to super kick Cena by accident. So that was interesting. And it was something simple, effective, and it just made the New Day look dominant, like a bunch of badasses. And they were they left everybody lying to close the show, and they were the ones standing tall. And there were also hints of a possible Ziggler-Cena feud, maybe for the United States Championship. That would be good. And also it makes sense for the Dudley Boys to come down because they're taking on the New Day, and the New Day, it was announced that the Dudley Boys and the New Day will be having a rematch at Hell in a Cell, so it makes sense for the Dudley Boys to come out and to make the save. And it was just great seeing the New Day standing tall, something different, the most entertaining thing on Raw at the moment, so you might as well have them go out there and be in the main event and be the one standing tall. So I really enjoyed this ending. It was the best thing on the show, bar none. And overall, the grade I'm going to give this show is a C-. Like I said, it was better than the past couple weeks, but that's not saying much. You're not going to remember a lot from this show. It was just an average Raw. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, those are my thoughts on last night's episode of Raw. Like this video, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be having my NXT TakeOver Respect predictions video sometime tonight. And also be on the lookout for my NXT TakeOver Respect review. It'll be coming sometime later this week. And yeah, with that, I am out. Peace.